Hello everybody, welcome to my channel one more time, the Five Faces family. My name is Karen. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, so today I had my life safety inspection because we are due for our renewal in our foster care license. In case you didn't know, I mentioned it before. We are foster parents, so you have to renew your license every 2 years. So because I'm already doing this, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to do a video on some tips for you to have the perfect home inspection. Okay, there's no such thing as perfect, but at least so you can have an 8, okay. And you can pass with flying colors. Yeah. No drama lava house inspection. I love my shirt. Yeah, no, I didn't plan this. No? Oh, okay. You think it's funny? Okay, so I came up with 12, I think. Yeah, with 12 tips. Something like this would have helped me a long time ago, so I'm hoping that I can help one of you. Even if I help one of you, it's a win. Number 1, your water heater. You have to make sure your water heater is at the temperature that they require. In my case, it is 120 Fahrenheit, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Because they will test your water. So they're gonna open the sink and they're gonna test how hot your water is. So it cannot be hot to the touch. Why they do this? Because sometimes, and I had this, especially when I just moved here, you would open the hot water and we will get burned. So actually, even before the house inspection, I had to turn it down a bit because it was too hot. Yes, get and install magnetic locks. Again, this is in Arizona. I don't know if it's everywhere, but here we need magnetic locks. If you don't need locks, if you don't need the magnetic ones, at least you should consider it because they're actually pretty good. If you only need like just any lock, like baby locks, for us that wasn't a choice. But if you can do that, go ahead. Just make sure every single chemical cleaners, Clorox, Shout, which is like the laundry stain remover. If you have a pool, like chemicals like that, like we have one in the garage, and that can be like a lock and key type of thing. And I have one under my kitchen sink, which is all my cleaners are there. I should have one upstairs, I just haven't gone to it. But anyway, the point is magnetic locks or just locks. Make sure all your chemicals are locked. Now that we're talking about locks, I'm gonna go with every single thing you should be locking, because all of these are number 3, okay? So what you need to lock is lock your chemicals. Firearms, if you have any firearms, you have to lock your firearms and your ammunition separate. If you haven't heard this before, it will come. So yes, so like in the math class, they told us, so what if somebody gets into my house or something, right? We're not gonna have time to do all that. Get a dog, they say. Yeah, it was a funny thing, but it is what it is. So you have to have your gun lock in a separate place, your ammunition lock in a separate place, and by the way, your gun has to be trigger lock. If you have a firearms, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yes, all of that. Yes, they are that specific. You have to make sure all your firearms are locked, because they will tell you to open every single lock of those. They will check this. They are really, really, really thorough about this. Okay, the medication, everything that has to do with medication has to be locked. Tylenol, Motrin. I brought these to give you an example. You have to lock these, like the Bengay or Tylenol Precise. I use a lot of those because of my little one have growing pains, so this is a lifesaver. Triple antibiotic ointments, all of these, the little ones that come on the first aid kit, you have to lock those too. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, come on the first aid kit. You have to actually open your first aid kit and take these out: anti-itch cream, antibiotic cream, any pills you might have there. And they also have like some have like what is this called, another name for anti-itch cream, like the poison ivy kind of ointments, because I've seen those before too. All of those you have to lock them. Like that, let's go with number 4. You don't have to lock these things. They don't tell you to lock it, but they have to have it out of reach. By the way, I think this is the 4th one that I saw. It's not my first rodeo. So I had like 4 of these. Number 1, because I was getting my license. Number 2, because I was moving. Number 3, because I changed my licensing age, so they did it again. And number 4, because of my renewal. This is the one I just did, because I'm renewing my license. So make sure detergent, dish detergent, didn't know that either until today actually, because my dish detergent happened to be on my counter because I was doing dishes earlier. And he was like, yeah, that's good, out of reach. MAP liquids, and well, vitamins, they don't have to be locked, they have to be out of reach. Yeah, basically anything that might hurt the little ones, not gonna kill them obviously, and get like, intoxicated or something like that. And again, anything that might hurt them, Okay, number 5, if you have a pool, your pool gate, it doesn't matter what kind of lock do you have, like what kind of gate, it doesn't matter what kind of gate do you have, you still need an extra lock. At least, again, that is here in Arizona. If in your state is different, okay, but I'm just letting you know, you should be prepared. So lock and key. Dog vaccines, yes, if you have little furry ones, big furry ones, medium furry ones, you still need dog vaccines. And I'm saying this because some people think that because they're little, they don't need to be vaccinated. I have 2 chihuahuas. Yes, I still need vaccines for them. So is the rabies. Is the rabies that they ask for, and you have to do this yearly, by the way. The licensing renewal is every 2 years, but you still, like, your licensing agency should be able to see like when is your things due, so they're gonna let you know. So you gotta do this yearly. Now, a little tip about that: check your, is it Petco? Yeah, check petcoclinics.com if you have a Petco in your area. They have these, in my case, every single Saturday. In your area might be another day, but they always have this kind of like on the road little clinics, vaccination clinics for pets, and they are not expensive at all. I pay $19 for each of my dogs, so it's, yeah, $38. I'm not saying it's like super dirt cheap, but considering what I call 3 different clinics, they gave me 3 different prices. One was most expensive than the other one, so it is not cheap, yo. I called one, they told me it was $59 per pet just to register them, because I had to register them if I wanted to take them there, plus $65 per pet to get vaccinated. Just the rabies, by the way. Ridiculous. I didn't know it was that expensive. Because why? Because I always take them to Petco. So it's definitely a godsend. Thank God for them. Okay, so that's that. Number 8 is smoke alarms. People, I cannot stress this enough. This is one of the things that will get you burned. And burn means, oh, sorry, you have to change that, I have to come back. I'm gonna put a picture in this video and it's gonna tell you exactly what to do. Basically, you just press the button and it has to beep. That is how, like, really loud. That is how you know those are working. If they're like fainting, like really low, you should change the battery. If they're still not working after you change the battery, do not risk it. Just go and buy more. Yes, you're gonna need them. Yes, they're gonna check every single one of them. every single one. They can put like a big stick and they're like, toop, 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 toop. Yeah. And every time. If you're not sure about one of them, have one extra just in case. Make sure you buy, like, let's say you're not sure about one, or you're not sure about two, or just buy it, and if he check it and he say you have to change it, you got it right there and then you can change it. Again, in my case, the drill sheet is a sheet that they give you with like the name of the kid, the date that the kid came into placement, and any comments you have. This is remember I told you about the fire extinguisher and where they need to that the kids need to know where they are. This is it. So you're gonna do the evacuation plan with them, and you're gonna show them exactly where the fire extinguisher is, and you're actually gonna do a drill. I have 2 kids living with me right now. I already did it with the 2 of them, correct? And this is just an example. I already did it with the 2 of them. Then tomorrow I get another new kid. I have to do it with that girl or that boy within 3 days. Let's say if I have babies, I have to say we have reviewed it as a family, because obviously you're not gonna do it with the baby, right? Okay, so yes, if they are old enough to understand, as soon as they understand it, they gotta know it. So this is something that you don't have to post it, but you should have in hand. So these papers they're gonna ask you for the dog vaccines, you should have in hand. The drill sheet you should have in hand, and the emergency contact numbers. You're gonna have a sheet with all the emergency contact numbers. If you don't have it, that's the next one actually. Evacuation plan. It has to be posted. Frame it, hang it in the first floor when everybody can see it. If you have 2 stories, you gotta have one from the first floor and of your first floor, like kitchen, bathroom, exit, and all of these, and where the fire extinguisher is. Make sure you mark it with a red cross so the kids know where it is exactly, and then show them physically when you do the drill sheet. When you do the drill. And in the second floor, you gotta do the same thing. Bedrooms, bathroom, all your plan, draw it. I know this sounds like a pain in the butt, but these are the things that will get you burned. You better make sure you post your evacuation plan, first floor, and your evacuation plan, second floor. And you gotta mark where the fire extinguisher is. And in the first floor, you have to mark where your meeting point is. Yes, see? I guess it's here. Okay, so you're gonna do your plan, you're gonna mark your fire extinguisher, and you're gonna have a meeting point. In our case, it's like across the street in the corner. So then you're gonna have, your drawing, and you're gonna say, oh, meeting point, and you're gonna have an arrow across the street next to the tree, or neighbor's house next to the door, like things like that. You gotta have a meeting point. Make sure that is there. X fire extinguisher, arrow, meeting point. Yes, it have to be ready. Meeting point. When everybody comes out of the house, where are they gonna meet? If you don't have it in a separate sheet, there is a part in the evacuation plan when they have the important phone numbers. They gotta be there too. I wrote it for you. The important phone numbers are crisis hotline, poison control, a family emergency contact, put 911 emergency, just in case it's a little one. They're gonna see the 911 emergency phone number, and you gotta have the police non-emergency number. And if you have a space, you can put the DCS case worker number there, or your licensing agency number there, but I already gave you the main ones. Poison control, family emergency contact, 911, police non-emergency number. And the crisis hotline. Did I mention that? Yeah, I mentioned the crisis hotline. Okay, kid. This is another one that will get you burned. The small things you can always, why I say burn, because burn to the point that they say, okay, this is not approved, I have to come back until I make sure you have it. That if they have to come back, it's a pain because they are really busy. As it is, they give you an appointment which is usually take weeks to months depending on how busy they are. So it can take weeks to months sometimes for them to come back. actually they gave us 2 months. We had a 2 month waiting list. We were in the waiting list. We didn't even have an appointment, but because we were, you know what? Let me go back to that. I'm gonna finish. Let me go back to that. Okay, so 11 first aid kit. I brought mine to show you. If you're lucky, your licensing agency will give you a first aid kit with everything you need in it, and they have a list on the back of the emergency first aid kit, so they usually won't open it. They just check the list, especially if the first aid kit is closed. What I recommend, if your licensed agency give you one of those, do not open it. Have supplies on the side for, you know, when you need it for your kids, and just leave that one for the purpose of the inspection, because they're gonna check it. But if you don't have one, first buy a first aid kit, you know, the ones that they sell in the stores, and then buy supplies on the side. Why? Because not all first aid kit come with everything that you need. So I'm gonna show you just in case, okay? You need gauze pads. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Gauze. You get it. This one, it says self-adhering. I would say that word wrong. But these ones, the brown ones and the white ones. Again, you need both. They are not that expensive. I think one was 3 something and the other one 2 something. But anyway, you need these, both of them. Oops. Yeah, this one. You need alcohol prep pads. The little alcohol just in case. Let me open it so I can show you. Let me open it. The alcohol little pads. Again, this wasn't expensive either. And you need this one. A must. Not every single first aid kit have this. Then, okay, and these are the trauma pads, the ones that are totally sterile because they come in their own little package. I bought, this one was the one that came in my first aid kit, but I opened it and then I use it, and I made that mistake one. I won't do it once. I won't do it again. So this, because I only had one, so I got extra. And different band-aids, different sizes. Oh, tape. This is really important too. So let me go back. Sorry if I already lost you. Okay. Must. This self-adhering, the brown one. You need these too. And you need these too. The one that comes with the little thingies. And you need these two, which is the tape. And then I have cold. Here's a compress. Yep, instant cold compress. And I have band-aids, different sizes. They come in any first aid kit. I have a pair of gloves. Oh, I have a little hand sanitizer. I need to lock that one. More band-aids, again, different sizes. But okay, so those are the things that you need. And in the first aid kit, you're gonna have something like this: aspirin, anti-itch. You're gonna have a little antibiotic ointment too. Make sure you open it because you have to lock these things up. In my case, there were tape on the back of it, so I could just take it out and lock it. I didn't have to open the whole thing. But if it's inside your first aid kit, you have to open it, take that out, and make sure you lock it. And again, you gotta make sure your first aid kit has all of these things that I just showed you, because if it doesn't, then you have to buy a separate. Make sure you check your fridge. And if you are like me, we put the Pepto in our fridge. We usually, let me rephrase that. We usually put the Pepto in the fridge. Why? Because it tastes better cold. Because Pepto tastes not good. Blah, 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 blah. I hate the taste actually, but it works like a charm. I forgot last time and I left it on the fridge. I forgot to lock it. Again, I'm gonna put it on the fridge when we are gonna drink it, to cool a little bit, and then I lock it again. But I forgot it and I kept it there, and then the inspector was like, hey, it's not supposed to be here, you have to lock it. Yes, they open your fridge. This time I remember, I checked just in case this time it wasn't there, it was on my safe. But I checked just in case because I seem to forget. So just make sure you check if you have any medicines that go in the fridge. Like sometimes ear infections, the amoxicillin, you have to put it in the fridge. Make sure it's really up there and let them know that it's supposed to be on the fridge. I don't think they'll give you beef about that, but just make sure you tell them that the medicine is supposed to be on the fridge in case you have any sick kiddos or whatever, And make sure your fridge is clean and make sure you have food. Yes, people. Make sure your fridge is stocked up, like, food on it. Pantry, make sure you have food in your pantry too, because yes, sometimes they check that too. It's not a must, but like, I'm not saying you're not gonna have food, right? If you're doing this, I'm pretty sure you have food in your house. But I'm just letting you know things that, for example, you have to shop, I don't know, 2 weeks from now. Make sure you have the main things, like make sure you have your eggs or your milk and your cereal, things like that. Oh, essential oils. Make sure they're locked, people. Make sure they're locked. I am a fan of essential oils and I really love them. If they're not locked, make sure they're out of sight. Something I forgot to tell you, if you have a pool, you are going to need, I have it here so I give you the right name, the life-saving ring. Those white donuts that they throw in like the movies and like from the boats. You're gonna need one of those if you have a diving pool, not a play pool. And you're gonna need the hook. Is you know what, I'm gonna put a picture of both. I'm gonna screenshot it. I'm gonna put a picture of those on this video so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because the first time we had a diving pool and they didn't tell us that, so my husband had to go and buy one. They are not cheap, I tell you that much. They run from like 70 to $100, the ring ones, because there are specific ones that you have to have. You can just use one, the foam ones or the play ones. You have to use this one specifically. You do not have a diving pool, you only have a play pool like I have now, which is 5 feet is the deepest end. I don't need the donut anymore, but I still need the hook. I told you everything I know about it, everything you should pay attention to, and everything you have to pay attention to. You should, you have to, you should, you have to. It's a must, it's a must, it's a must. Okay, even if you don't have kids the age that you have to worry about the gate, you still need the donut and the hook. So just in case just in case one of the kids fall in the pool, you have that. And if you have a trampoline, like in our case, we have a trampoline. I have a 14 feet trampoline. You gotta have the net around it, and you gotta have the mat around the ring. I know they all come with it, but sometimes the sun destroys it, so you gotta buy a new mat, or at least make sure all the holes around the ring and the springs are covered. Not only the springs, the holes too, because if they jump around, one of their foot can get stuck on those little holes and they can actually break a leg. So yeah, they gotta have the net around, which we do, and they gotta have the springs covered, which we do. But the mat is kind of like getting destroyed, so there's some spaces that are open. They can have that. They gotta have everything. They gotta see everything covered, and it makes total sense They haven't been out this summer, so I guess that's why I didn't notice. But I already ordered one, so they're gonna cover it. It's not an automatic fail. They don't have to come back. My agency can make sure that I cover that part, and they will send it to the live safety inspector. But yeah, just so you don't have that problem, I did. Make sure you have that. And by the way, you can find that online. I got it at Amazon.com. Yes, I love Amazon, and I got it Prime, so it's gonna get here pretty fast. The life-saving ring, you can find it in your near pool store or online if you have time. Yes, you can also find it online. So I mentioned before that we had an appointment for like 2 months. That's how far it was. I remember it was a couple of months far, the appointment that they gave us, because they were really busy that month. But they had an opening one day because they had a cancellation. We were ready for our inspection, so they told us, oh, we have an opening, we had a cancellation for like tomorrow, so we have an opening. So we did that. Yes, so it was actually pretty fast because they had a cancellation. They called somebody before us and they weren't ready, then they called us and we were ready. So they came and they did it and we were done. I forgot about the beds. Yes, you better make sure you have every bed for every kid. Let's say if you have 3 beds, because they know, they can see your license and they tell you how many kids are you open for. So if you say I'm open for three kids, then you gotta have 3 beds, 3 mattresses. If you say I'm open for 4 kids, you better make sure you have 4 beds, 4 mattresses. You get the idea. If you have a baby, he can sleep under 3 years old, he can sleep in your room. Just make sure you have a bed, toddler bed or a crib, or actually that's it, because I don't think playpen qualifies as a bed. So you gotta have a crib or a toddler. I know, I keep forgetting stuff. I wrote everything, so I thought, and every tip I could give you, but then I keep remembering things as I'm talking. So now I think I covered everything. If you can be ready before, because they might call you anytime. And as soon as you finish that, they will give you kids as soon as the next day. We had inspection, the next day they call us with kids. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember, if you had a bad day today, tomorrow is another one, and I will see you in the next one. No, I won't see you in the next one. You will see me in the next one. I always say that. I will see you in the next one. Technically, I won't see you. You will see me. Bye-bye.